In this video we are going to talk about top 10 best Netflix series watch now, 2021. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. We, as human beings, are all united by a same principle. It doesn't represent compassion, it doesn't represent human decency, and it most certainly doesn't represent money. It's a feeling of helplessness when trying to decide what to watch on Netflix. With our list of the top movies and TV shows to watch on Netflix right now, we're attempting to solve the world's most pressing problem. Number 10. Midnight Mass. It is a supernatural horror streaming television miniseries developed and directed by Mike Flanagan, with Zach Gilford, Kate Siegel and Himal Kohli among the cast, and featuring Henry Thomas and Zach Gilford in the lead roles. The story revolves around a small island town that is visited by a mystery priest who brings with him a series of weird occurrences. It was released on Netflix on September 24, 2021, and has gotten overwhelmingly good reviews, with particular appreciation being given to Linklater and Sloyan's performances, as well as Flanagan's direction and cinematography. Mike Flanagan follows up his award-winning horror miniseries The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor with another successful horror miniseries, this time eschewing the traditional haunted house setting in favor of a whole haunted island. The 7-episode series, which takes place in a remote fishing community, places a strong emphasis on religion when a charismatic new priest, Hamish Linklater, arrives on the island with promises to lead his burgeoning flock of followers to salvation. The situation does not turn out that way, as you may imagine. Continuing to tell you more would be a disservice to the storytelling process. Number 9. Squid Game. Who recalls having a good time on the playground with their friends while enjoying childhood games? The latter is the case in the unexpected hit Korean drama Squid Game, in which a group of people in desperate need of money are taken in by a secret organization that forces them to play games, such as red light, green light, in exchange for money. What's the catch? They are defeated and die violently. What distinguishes this from something like Saw is the level of humanity invested in the main characters. Number 8. Dear White People. This semester, Dear White People will return for one final semester, and despite the excruciatingly long wait, it will go out with a bang. When the students of Winchester decide to put on a variety show that embraces black culture, the final season is 100 times more musical than the previous seasons. Among the highlights are performances of songs we already know and love, such as the Montel Jordan 90s classic This Is How We Do It, and a slew of extravagant dance numbers. There are also the inevitable moments in which all of the characters must come to terms with the fact that they are about to be thrust into the world of adulthood. Number 7. The Father Who Moves Mountains. This Romanian film tells the story of a wealthy businessman who is frantic to locate his son after he goes missing while on a mountain climb. Not an action picture, but rather a contemplative investigation of how far a man will go to preserve his son, and at what cost to others, is the focus of the film. Despite the fact that you will comprehend his actions, you may not appreciate him for them in the long run. Number 6. Sex Education. Even though there are plenty of coming-of-age television shows to choose from, few are as unabashedly honest and lovely as this show. On the appearance, it's raunchy, but on the inside, it's a charming comedy about a teen kid who unwittingly becomes the go-to sex therapist for his school. The show is currently in its 3rd season. Teen sexuality is explored in a refreshingly non-judgmental and authentic manner in the series. Apart from that, Gillian Anderson co-stars as Oda's quirky divorced mother, who happens to be a genuine sexual counselor and has an entire house full of statues of phalluses, which is a lot of fun. Number 5. Nightbooks. In this film version of J.A. White's 2018 children's fantasy horror novel, the young horror enthusiast in your life will be too old for Goosebumps but not quite ready for the teen slasher gore of the Fear Street films. The film follows the exploits of a young boy who is kidnapped by a witch, Kristen Ritter, who is just delightful, and is forced to negotiate for his life by promising to give her a new horror story that he writes each night. While there is no real blood and gore in this film, there are some frightening elements, Sam Raimi is a producer, that will give some young children nightmares for weeks, so make sure your child is emotionally prepared before allowing them to sit down to watch it. Number 4. Lucifer. Fans of police procedurals are well aware that anyone may be recruited as a police consultant, including the literal devil in this case. With the help of LAPD officer Chloe Decker, Lauren German, Lucifer Morningstar, Tom Ellis, who is left hell to open a nightclub in Los Angeles, attempts to solve crimes, weirder things have happened, perhaps? The program Lucifer is not only entertaining, but it also puts a clever spin on redemption stories by featuring a hot will they/won't they pair as its centerpiece. Kelly Connolly as a narrator. Number 3. Untold. There are 5-hour-long documentaries in this series, and they are just as good as the 30 for 30 sports docuseries on ESPN, which is also on Netflix. We would recommend 2 films in particular, starting with the premiere, which tells the story of the infamous Malice at the Palace basketball game, in which players of the Indiana Pacers engaged in a brawl with spectators in the middle of a game in Detroit. If the incident had been viewed through the lens of today's knowledge, the story around it would have been drastically different. The final installment, Breaking Point, is the most comprehensive look to date at the intersection of mental health and sports, tracing Mardy Fish's pro tennis career as one of the great hopes for American tennis, as well as the pressures that led him to withdraw from the US Open in the midst of a career-defining run. Breaking Point is available on DVD and Blu-ray. Other episodes follow the career of female boxer Christy Martin, a minor league hockey team backed by organized crime, and Caitlyn Jenner's transition from Olympic champion to accepting her status as a transgender woman. Number 2. Worth. Michael Keaton portrays attorney Kenneth Feinberg, who was tasked with determining how money would be dispersed through the 9/11 Victims' Compensation Fund, which was established by the government to compensate families whose loved ones were killed in the September 11 terrorist attacks. Some melodramatic moments are overshadowed by strong performance and direction throughout the film. Number 1. Money Heist. Netflix recently announced that 97% of its American subscribers have watched an international, non-English language, series on the service, and we're willing to bet that 97% of those people were watching Money Heist, a Spanish bank heist series created by Lex Pina and broadcast on Netflix. With Pina's love for style and mystery over anything else, Money Heist is a highly bingeable show that is ideal for the Netflix formula because it is incredibly watchable. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.